HR Wellness is an HR site that put out this article. This article is 16 great questions to ask candidates in the interview process to identify, are they the right person? And I'm going to teach you how to answer every single one. In this video, we're going to answer the interview question, tell me about your previous work experience and how it relates to this role. Now, this seems simple, but there are some very specific things you need to do if you want to succeed and stand out as a great candidate. Let's go. Now, the first thing you need to understand is why? Why are they asking you this question? Why does it even matter? You apply to the role, they're interviewing you. Obviously, you're some sort of a fit. But whenever you're asked a question, I think it makes sense to evaluate, well, why would they want to do this so I can make sure I answer it the right way? Now, what they're actually doing here is two things. One, they want to know how well you actually understand the role, right? Do you get it? Do you get what it means to be qualified and effective at this? So that's the first thing. And the second thing is they want to hear you quantify your ability to be effective in this role. They want to hear your perspective on your fit and how effective you can be. So if you want to answer this question correctly, you've got to be able to do both of those things. So a few quick things here. First, we need to talk about making sure that you satisfy the first requirement. And that first requirement is they need to know that you totally understand this role. That's why you need to familiarize yourself with the job description. As you're going forth and you're talking about your past experience, the things you've done in your past roles, make sure that what you're sharing with them relates to the role. If you share a bunch of things in your background while you're answering this question, they're going to think, they truly don't understand what this role is. Maybe they're not a great fit. So think about the job description, think about the essential tasks, the must-haves, responsibilities, however they label it, and make sure that what you're doing as you go through and you tell them about your background and why you're a fit is you're hitting all the major components of the job and you're not really talking about the things that aren't related. Now, the next major thing that you have to do is quantify your impact. Most people, when they answer a question or they talk about their experience, they go, absolutely, in my past job, I did blank. And they leave it at that. And that's a huge mistake because what you're failing to do there is you're failing to explain in detail your impact on the business. So when you talk about it, if you were able to save your company money, make your company money, make a process more efficient, you want to share that with them in explicit detail. Talk about how much money you made the organization, compared to before you started the process. How long did that take you? What was the business financial impact? You can't always do this, but if you can, it is a key to standing out answering a question like this. Now, the last thing that you need to do here is you need to be enthusiastic about it. When you're talking about the different things that make you qualified for the job and the different tasks that you've performed in your career and that you'd be doing in this job, you want to talk about those things with a high degree of enthusiasm. These are things I really enjoy doing and I'm passionate about them. So I'd be enthusiastic about being able to do that, in my future job, right? That's really important. At the end of the day, there are a lot of people who are qualified for a role, but sometimes getting the job just comes down to who shows interest, enthusiasm, and passionate around it. Have you ever interviewed with a company and got the feeling that they had no intention of actually hiring with you? Have you ever interviewed with a company, but you had the feeling that they had no intention of actually hiring you and that they were wasting your time? Well, I'm a recruiter, and let me tell you, that actually does happen. And I want to explain why. Watch this video next, and I will tell you all the reasons that companies interview you without the intention of ever hiring you. So I'm done here, but I'll see you over there.